Hello everyone and welcome to the first part of how to make a skill tree component just like AAA games. So let's get started, and in this first part we're gonna make a UI, and I have made this tutorial folder, and inside that folder we have this XP component. We have made this in our previous lecture, so if you don't know how to make this XP component you can check out my previous videos, or you can just click on this I button to get the overview with. So let's get started. So first create a new folder called skill tree, and inside that we're gonna make a component. So right click on your content browser, and in the blueprint class you're gonna see this actor component. Just click on it. So make an actor component, so you can attach it to your player or NPC or AI, whatever you want. And the reason why we are making this actor component, it let's say you have made this skill tree component and you want to copy this skill component in your next game. So you want a second game and you want to implement this skill tree, so you're gonna just migrate this skill component by right clicking, and you can see the migrate button. So you don't have to code this all the time. You can just make this once and you can just migrate it. So name this skill tree component like this, and hit save. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a skill tree UI. So right click and create a new folder, and we're gonna call this UI, or let's say UI would be fine. So inside the UI we're gonna make a user interface, and we're gonna name this skill tree UI. So this will spawn our UI. So just save it, and let's first made a functionality to toggle our skill tree. So if you open this widget, so you're gonna see something like this. So how do we gonna toggle this skill tree? So for that let's make something to toggle that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a image, add an image, and we're gonna call it let's say background. So background, and make the anchor points to uh, make these anchor points to cover the whole screen, the entire screen of a game, and offset right to 0 and offset bottom to also 0, so it will cover the whole screen. So whenever we, and let's add a text in it. So we make that it is skills or not. So we're gonna add a text, and what would be a text? So it would be our skills. So in the text we're gonna name this skills. Let's capitalize it so it makes more sense. And the background brush color would be something, opacity would be something dark, and let's made opacity to 0.4, so it will look transparent. Just save that, and our skills font would be, let's add to 40, not 40, let's say 50. 50 would be fine, I guess. And make it size to content, so it gonna size to content, and it will spawn like this. So let's say 90 comma 70, so it will spawn just like this. So whenever we hit the tab button, our skill tree gonna spawn. So just on your settings panel you can see this project setting, open that up, and in this input mode you see a action mapping. The action mapping, just add a action mapping called tab to open the skill tree. So I'm gonna name it tab, and the button would be tab. So whenever we hit our tab button, our skill tree gonna spawn. So how do we gonna spawn the skill tree? So you can code this entire widget in your player or game mode or whatever, but I'm gonna code this all in our skill tree component. So if you want to migrate it, it won't be a problem. You want to code that all again. So open your skill tree component, and let's make another function, and the function would be toggle widget. Toggle widget, and from the toggle widget grab a node and hit create widget, And what would be our widget? So it would be our skill tree UI. So it will gonna spawn our widget just after they promote it to a variable, and let's call it skill tree UI, and we're gonna add this to a viewport. To add to viewport, after that we want to take inputs from our UI and not from our player. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cast to our player character whatever it is. So cast to my player character, sorry, not player character, player control. And from this object I'm gonna get player controller. If you are using a different player controller than me, then you have to cast to your player controller and the object would be your player controller. So if I hit compile, you will see a blue node in here called node, just because my player controller by default and this are the same. But if you are using a different controller, then you have to do that. And from that player controller, set input mode to UI only, make the mouse lock mode to do not lock, and whatever the widget we want to focus, so we want to focus our skill tree UI, so connect it to our skill tree and get the player controller and set mouse, so show mouse cursor, set show mouse cursor. So whenever we open our skill tree, our mouse cursor should be visible. So set show mouse cursor, it's save, and you can see we have made a room here. So grab this skill tree UI and hit get, and from this blue pin button just convert to get validate. So if it's not true, if it's not valid, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna create this widget. And if it's true, if our widget is already created, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna just remove it. So if we press tab, and if it's not created, then it will gonna tab, it will gonna create the widget, and if it's already created, then it will gonna remove. So remove from parent, just like this. And also we're gonna set this skill tree UI to nothing, so set and set it to blank. After that, what we want to do, we want to show this mouse cursor. Well, we don't want to show this mouse cursor and our input mode to our game only. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a player controller, and from that set input mode to game only, and our show mouse cursor, we don't want to show our mouse cursor, so set our show mouse cursor to false. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna call this function from our widget, from our player character, and we're gonna toggle we don't need this event tick, and in your event begin play, for future reference just cast it to your player character whatever you are using. I am using the third person character, so cast it to my third person character. From object get player character, and let's promote it to variable and call this player. So player. Okay, we're gonna need this in our future reference. Hit compile and save. After doing so, a lot of people do this mistake. It's very beginner mistake. So on your skill tree UI, in your skill tree, the root, this one, you can see is focusable. This will allow you, if you want to set interaction in your widget, then you must have to enable this is focusable. Many people don't enable this, and then their widget will not pop up, but their widget will pop up, but they can't do the interaction. So after doing this, on your graph, what we want to do, we want to override a function called on key down. So get this override, and you can see a on key down button. So on key down, so just click OK, and this will look something like this. After doing so, what we want to do, so we want to select on key down. So but how do we do that? Because we want to toggle the inventory. So hit compile and save. It will show up a warning, but we will gonna fix that up. So what we gonna do, open your player character, and inside this player character you can see we have already attached a component called XP component. So attach another component we have just made, the skill tree component, just attach it. And from this remember we have made the action event, so tab, not this tab, the input action event tab. So this will look like this, and from this what we want to do, we want to toggle the inventory. So hit grab the skill tree component and call toggle inventory system. So this will toggle our widget. So hit compile and save and back to your skill tree UI. So get the in key event and get key, and if our key is equal to what the key, so tab key, because we want to enable and disable the toggling widget. So if it's true, if our tab key is true, we want to add a branch. So if it's true, then we're gonna do the true part. And what will be a true part? The true part will toggle the inventory. So how do we toggle? So on your event construct node here, cast it to our player character, cast to player character, whatever you are using. I am using the third person character, and just like this, get player character, and we're gonna promote this to a variable. Let's call this player, and we also gonna promote that skill tree component into a variable. So get skill tree component, this one, and promote this to a variable, and we're gonna call this skill tree component. So we're gonna use it in a future reference, and connect it to like this. Hit compile and save, and in your on key down override function, get this skill tree component and get this toggle widget, the function we have just made. After doing so, just add this to a return value. On this return value, this blue node, just make it to handled. What is handled is, so whenever you override this keyboard events, or let's say controller events, or let's say mouse events, this will iterate to all the keys. So it will be very power consuming, or let's say very expensive function towards your game system, your hardware system, because it will gonna iterate to all the keyboard events. So after doing so, we want to set the handle, so it won't do checking after this handle. Otherwise you might have lags, something like lag. So we don't want that lag. So after this, let's check it out if it's working or not. So if we hit play and if we hit tab, you can see this skill is popping up. If we hit tab again, it is gone, popping up and gone. So we have made this toggling inventory widget system. And what we do, so now we want to make the skill slots. So on your skill tree folder on your UI, make another user interface called skill slots. So click skill slots, open that up. We don't need this canvas panel, so just delete it. However, what we need was a size box. And what would be our size? So let's say our size would be 96.5. It works very fine for me. The size is whatever you want. I want 96.5 because it is very fine. And make this desired, so you can see the desired value. After that, add a border, so this border, and add it to here. So you can see this border, and we want the padding of the border to 5. So it will, let me show you by zooming it. So if I hit to 0, you can see it will cover all the area, but if I hit 5, so 5 pixel will be subtracted from this, and inside that border what we need a image. So image, and this image also we need to add the padding to 5 like this. Let's name this border to skill slot border. so it makes more sense. Skills for skill slot border, and make this is variable to true. Make sure it is true, and let's name this to skill icon, and this is also be a true. Hit compile, save, and this is what it is gonna look. Inside that, what we want to do, we want to make some variables. So add a new variable, and this would be your skill name. So what would be a skill name? And this would be a text. Make it instance editable and exposed on spawn. So you can instance editable, make it instance editable. After that, make another variable called skill description. So what will be a skill description would be, and this will also be a instance editable, exposed on spawn. You want another variable, and this would be your skill icon. So skill icon image. So skill icon image, because we have a variable named skill icon, and this would be also instance editable and exposed on spawn, and the type of is texture 2D. So texture 2D, this texture 2D. So you're gonna just apply it to here, hit compile and save. We need another variable called is owned. So it will check if our skill is owned or not. So just add this to a boolean variable, make instance editable and exposed on spawn, obviously. And actually we don't need this instance editable and exposed on spawn in our is owned variable. However, what we need was is available. So is available. So this is owned is for if our skill is being owned or not, and is this available is our skill are being available to unlock or not. So make this is available, instance editable and exposed on spawn. So you can see this little eye icon, you can make this instance editable from clicking on this, and exposed on spawn. The instance editable and exposed on spawn are from this instance editable. You can edit this all the variables in by publicly, and from this exposed on spawn you can attach a pin. You can get a pin for here. We need skill points required to unlock these skills. So skill points required. So how many skill points required, it's up to you. Make it integer, instance editable, exposed on spawn, obviously. And what we need now, we don't need actually anything, it is fine. And if we need, we can just add this variable to here. So hit compile and save. After doing so, let's close this and open our skill tree UI. So we're gonna make a skills. So let's make our XP bar. So we have created a user create in your user created on your palette. We have the XP bar. We have created that if you have followed my previous sessions. So let's just add that here. And this looks a bit more left side, but we want to add it to right side. So let's just in your XP component on your XP bar, we have made this all thing in left side. Just hit this, so it will go on right alignment. So if you close that, and you can see this is right aligned, just like this. So hit compile, save, and let's check this out. So from our player's character, let's hit a 4 key. So whenever we hit a 4 key, our XP would be increased. So grab a XP component, and we have made the function called add XP. So how much our XP would be increased? So it would be increased, let's say whenever we hit 4, it would be increased to 1000. Hit compile, hit save, hit close, and let's say if it's working or not. And where is our XP component? So the XP bar. So in your XP bar, our fill color, I think blue is might not our color, so make this a dark red from the Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I think this is the color. So just drag and drop to here because we're gonna need this very time. And so you gonna just click on it and it will be your color. So just okay, it compiles, save, and let's play and check this out. So you're gonna see our XP component, it's not at the correct position, so let's just correct our position. So in your skill tree UI, make sure yes, the anchor point, make sure our anchor point is to upper right corner or wherever you want to attach. Make the position to 0, 0, and after that let's take a X alignment to 1 and make the position of this to, let's say, minus 40 would work fine for me, and the position of Y would be, let's say, 300. Is it now? It is bit too large. 200 would be fine, let's say 150. Yes, and the size would be, this is bit too large, 400 would be fine. It compiles, save. Let's see how it's gonna look. Yeah, it is fine. So if we hit 4, we got we added XP of, let's say, 1000. So you can see we have added 1000 XP and this is increased. So if we hit 4, so you can see this is added. So hit tab and you can just toggle it, and this is our XP bar. You can see it in real time, it is updating. So this is for this tutorial. On this next tutorial we're gonna add our skill slots to our skill tree system, and we're gonna toggle our skill points and make our skill tree look like it bit more natural. So thank you so much guys for watching, and bye bye.